Hi, I'm Eric Lindley, and I'm reading from Words in Danger of Falling Out of the Vocabulary, finalist for the Big Other 2024 Word for Fiction. Thanks, John Madeira and Big Other. Brace, adjective. 1. With no other place to be, poised on the lip of a cliff that is also a weak chin, as in something deeply shifted, but we knew still that we were brace. 2. With no place to be, like being at work or occupied by it. Economics as demonic possession, the resume as the palest of pale writers. Activity isn't a location. Conditions don't have fabric-covered walls where you can unintentionally crucify images of your spouse, pet, loved ones. Disappear into coordinates in order to go past going, but don't sign off on this as if it were an imperative. 3. Old Mr. Grainier seems scary, but he wasn't so tough after all. That summer we learned everything about death and friendship. Being young is about a terror that reaches beyond mere intrudership. Or it is a spiritual intrudership. That summer we learned a lot, and I got afraid of myself instead of being afraid of everyone else so much. That summer I learned that I was just a blip in someone else's calendar. That was a big year, and in the end I learned a lot about myself, but that knowledge is like a wet bar of soap. That knowledge is like pure molten lead, and my hands are tissue. That knowledge is a wet bar of soap, and I am Don Knotts. 4. I'll tell you what the knowledge is. You can hear the banjo plucked slowly if you get close enough. 5. I'll tell you what knowledge isn't. Chewing. Also tanning. Also zapote. 6. I'll Miranda before I Cassandra. I'll take center stage and cut down the nets. 7. I'll whisper it into the orange glowing flesh of your ear. You won't live to the singularity because you were born too late in time. As in, we've run the tests and everything is brace, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Joe Milazzo. Along with Eric Lindley, I am the author of Words in Danger of Falling Out of the Vocabulary, published by Galileo Press. This book is a 2024 finalist for the Book Other Award in Fiction. Thank you to Big Other and John Madeira for the recognition. Today I'm going to read a brief excerpt from Words in Danger. It's called Wolf. Wolf, noun, 1. The rope in your chest that time pulls so slowly it tickles on the way out. 2. That water always flows downhill until it's heat. 3. Any automaton. The mechanism creaks along, its parts soft. Metal strips must be procured, their conductivity rounded, their corners fore and aft arced so that the near teeth become a tickle, the tongue a crone. Next, a cotton reed to pretend the spine is a sole. Remember, soft parts. The whole thing is bound up in its own free ends. As soon as it is swallowed, the contrivance respires itself. Remember, flames, like soft parts, glutton on oxygen. Back into position, and you hear how you speak commands to it in the swishing, panic accents of the murderer. Adjective 1. Knowing without seeing or experiencing. Knowing by guessing confidently and persuading away the errors. As in, if we are to survive the winter, we will need a wolf thermometer, something that tells us what should happen more than what is or what will. As in, the markers here are all off. What they did is wind tape around giant wheels of plastic, a mile long when you unrolled them, which they did, then rolled them up again. They did this along every road in the country, then the world, and put markers down each time. But what they didn't count on was the tape they used. It was pure wolf, if you ask me. And there's no going back. You and I feel the teeth at the nape of our necks when we drive anywhere late at night, and the accordion of time just pushing air so you know how closed the system is, if you ask me. As in that old joke, lemonade, anyone? The wolf ones decline, lemonade, however iced, always being boiled, thirst being pure eagerness. Thanks again.